Yo, breaking news, breaking
Crack-a-lacking.
news. What's going
Crack-a-lacking.
on, Rich?
Man.
We got a special edition episode. Looks like the Cowboys have finally hired a DC, a defensive coordinator. Something we've been waiting on. I know everybody been glued in, tuned in, waiting to see exactly who they were going to pick, which direction they was going as a team. We hear a lot of rumors. Let's see if they was going to stay true to what they've been telling us about getting us a DC, somebody that can make a change. Because Lord knows we need a new DC after
Boy,
what we experienced last season.
we about to fire
Um,
everybody.
Fire everybody. You mentioned they need to bring sleeping bags, beds, air mattresses, whatever they need to stay in the office and don't leave until they get it done. So
Oh
we're gonna
man.
see if this is the first step. Just to get straight into it, it looks like the Cowboys did decide to hire a DC, Christian Parker, 34. Has spent the past 2 seasons as a Philadelphia Eagle passing game coordinator and secondary coach. He's worked under the Eagles defensive coordinator Vic Fangio since 2021 when they were with the Denver Broncos. He has helped develop Eagles cornerbacks Quinion Mitchell, Pro Bowler, Cooper DeJean, Pro Bowler, in their second seasons, while also getting productivity from veterans like Darius Slay, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship. Uh, DeJean even mentioned that his praise for Parker on Twitter, writing that he wouldn't be the player he is today without Coach CP.
Yeah.
Mention the boy's last name, Parker. He's already got 2 points in my book.
Ah.
You dig? But shout out to him, man. What did you think about the move, Rich? What you thinking?
Hey man, I like it so far. I just like just coming from the angle that he's a young coach, probably got some young blood that everybody aspire for in the league right now. Um, it's a good move, man. Just gonna shake the team up a little bit, shake the culture up a little bit. Um, and I like that. Did Shotty did this? He made the
Yeah,
decision to
Shotty
do this.
Shotty had a hand to play in it. To kind of get into the specifics, like I believe they interviewed 9 candidates, and he was blown away. A lot of the people in this interview, after sitting down with him and getting some familiarity with him. I've never heard of him. I didn't know anything about him. Doesn't mean that he can't be a good candidate for the team and someone that can actually contribute. But yeah, to my knowledge, they interviewed nine people in this position. They really was hands off. The front office said they were going to give Shotty kind of the leeway to, no point intended, to do what he needed to do as far as finding a DC, someone that will complement this team and help us move forward. Brian Schottenheimer said for himself that he was looking for a good teacher and a communicator as their defensive coordinator. And in interviewing 9 candidates at the season's ending news conference, they said previously head coaching experience would not be a would not be determining, who they go with. They wanted some new blood. I like the fact that it didn't seem like a stale, same old hiring. If you look at our past DC coordinators, the previous head coaches, a lot of guys recycled, older guys up in 50, 60 years old. Not saying that they're not capable of doing it, but I think at this day and age, having someone that's a good teacher and a good communicator with these young guys can go a long way. Because what was we saying in this season? Lack of communication. Looks like and everyone on defense was confused, blown coverages. So maybe he can help get in here and turn this thing around.
I mean, that the NFL is a trendy thing, and that's the trend right now. Anyway, go with young coaches that can communicate with the young guys, and not some of these same old farts that y'all used to hiring, white men with white
Man.
hair. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Hey man,
nothing against the white man with the white hair, but let's try something else.
let's try something else. And
And let's see what happens.
and it can't get any worse than what it was. Like we can only go up from here as far as what we experienced last season. In just 7 years, Parker has risen in the NFL ranks from a defensive quality control coach to his first defensive coordinator role at just 34 years old, becoming the youngest defensive coordinator in Cowboys franchise history. Um, he specializes in working with defensive backs, and he has a track record of developing top end talents into all pro players, like I mentioned, from Cooper DeJean to Quinion Mitchell to even what's my guy's name in Denver, Patrick Surtain Jr. Like
Mm-hmm.
with us having, the cornerbacks that we have in our room right now and getting someone in before the draft, hopefully they can. We got 2 first-round picks coming up. So it is going to be very important as far as these draft picks and the decisions we make, especially on this defensive end. With our personnel, we are very high on cornerback Siobhan Revel, who we selected with our 3rd-round pick in 2025. The injuries held him back for most of the season. However, with a fresh start with Parker, this full offseason and training camp, we should see massive gains in his development going forward. Um, we got to see what's up with Deron Bland. I don't know if you noticed, that he had another surgery on his foot this offseason. Um,
Yeah, I
and
ain't noticed that. I ain't
yeah,
heard that.
this is maybe like the second, a possible third surgery he's had on a foot. As a cornerback, your wheels are one of the most important
I
things that
mean,
you
that's what they pay you for. To be up on your wheels at all times.
see. How many million on the ground again?
92 million on the ground, bro. Boy got bad feet. Y'all done paid a man with bad
we
feet
do
92 million.
we do
He
not want to
got
see
gout,
you
bro.
getting cooked in the. Hopefully, Duran has a bounce back season. We let Diggs go. We got
We need
Siobhan
him to.
Rebel. We still got Caleb Carson. We got 2 picks in the first round, free agency. Let's see what happens, man. I'm excited that, like you said, it's not the same old farts, the same old, DCs that's been recycled around through the league. As you know, this game changes at a rapid pace. And maybe this guy can come in here and make a statement and provide us with what we need, man.
Hey man, we shall see. I'm definitely rooting for him. If he win, we win. So,
That way.
you know,
Exactly.
come
If
on.
he win, we win. That brings me to like do you think, I mean, will he be able to improve this defense based on what
Oh
we had
yeah.
last year?
Oh yeah. I mean, we can't there's room a lot of room for us to grow and get better as a collective unit. We didn't even touch our potential. I don't feel like. We got some good pieces. We picked up some good pieces. It just take for us to get better as a unit. We need a couple more pieces, of course, but it just take for us to really get better as a unit, bro. And then once they start playing for one another, you know, like you said, we don't really have to be the best defense with the offense that we have. We just have to be, don't be terrible. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree with you 100%. Like we definitely, it can only go up from here. Don't be terrible. Lack of communication. Just having somebody that's a good teacher and good communicator, I think will get us on the right track as far as moving forward as a defense. And that's paradigm. Like we saw too many. Russell Wilson was throwing bombs on us. Jacoby Brissett, uh, Bo Nix. Like I can go on the list of quarterbacks that just balled out on us. Caleb Williams
Hey,
to
Bo Nix was in the
Bryce
playoffs,
Young
man. Bo Nix was in
to
the playoffs.
that's what I'm saying. We can't knock it. We can't knock it. Like everybody who had a career day last season was on the Cowboys, and that's just facts. Um, Hopefully he can get in here and make some change. I have faith because we can only go up from here, man. When you started from the bottom, now we're here. It's like
Hmm.
that's exactly where we are. It's only uphill from here,
Except
and
we
I
ain't
feel
start from the bottom. We kind of just
yeah,
we just
you're
linger
right.
around there. We just usually
Yeah,
linger around the
yeah.
bottom. We been
Facts,
there. We just be
facts.
lingering at the bottom for some reason. So
On God, as they would say.
yeah, man. So the potential is there. Um, Hopefully this is a good hire, but it's remain to be seen. We'll see.
I like what you said though. With this offense we have, like you have to, if you can be even below average, just below average, that's an improvement from last season.
Mhm.
Um, if
Yeah.
you can be average, that's an improvement for last season. We did get some key components with with Quinn Williams. We got Kenny Clark, Logan Wilson back. Overshawn is going to be fully healthy from the start of the season. So is Savon Revel. Hopefully, Deron Bland comes back healthy from this other foot surgery, and we don't have $92 million on the ground. But
You gonna have to restructure that contract, bro.
I think so too. Uh, I think so too. Especially if you want to be a player in this free agency, which we know you can build a lot in the draft, but we definitely gonna have to bring some players in the free agency. But that brings me to Cowboys defensive draft needs. If you had to pick, what would you say on defense specifically? What are the top two areas that you say we need to address first on the levels? Like, is it the defensive linemen? Is it linebackers? Is it corners, safeties? What would you put as your top two priorities?
Um, I would probably go with a corner. I mean, we when we had a good corner with Diggs, we was a different, it was a different story back there. I feel like if you can get a good lockdown corner, that's getting some turnovers, that changed the game,
Yeah.
um, by itself. So corners are pretty important.
So that's
And
your
then, like
one.
you
What's
said,
your
we just
two?
don't know. I mean, we just paid for one, but we
What
gonna
would
have
you
to see
say
about
number
that.
two?
Yeah. I want a better linebacker, bro. Like a middle
Mm,
linebacker or outside linebacker.
mm,
Give me something toward that middle. You know what I'm saying? I think
mhm,
something to go with Clowney, one of our edges, and
mhm.
the old boy we just picked up. Just give me something right behind them guys. Give me another corner,
Mhm.
solidify that, and I can rock out with that.
Yeah.
We lost Micah, so I guess that's kind of a replacement for that. But
Mhm.
I ain't even
Mhm.
think about it. But yeah, that's,
Yeah,
that's what I would go with.
I have to agree with you on one of those two. I would have went to I'm gonna say defensive edge, like a edge rusher, and then a linebacker. Definitely, we definitely need somebody in the middle, like a cerebral player that can stop the run, that can kind of see plays develop before it happens, like a Sean Lee or something. Sean Lee wasn't the biggest,
Now he
but
wasn't a big guy.
his IQ, he was there before plays develop. He's making tackles for losses. He could also do a little coverage underneath, or I would say definitely linebacker and defensive, edge rusher. We were middle of the pack when it came to rushes. Most of our rush was predicated up the middle with Quinn Williams, Kenny Clark, Odiggy Zua. We were rushing from a nose tackle position. I think we will be in the 3-4 starting next season. So I would have to say we need another edge rusher opposite of Clowney.
We gotta create some
Just
turnovers. We gotta create
just
some
to
turnovers, man.
boast into our rush and a linebacker. I really think I have high hopes for Zavon Rebel. Hopefully, Deron Bland can get back to being. I like him better in the slot
Hmm.
than outside corner. I think the year he had his most success was in playing that slot position, which is tougher because you don't have that boundary out there to be another defender for you playing on that outside on that island. Um, but maybe Christian Parker can make something happen and bring the best out of these boys. Just a coach is supposed to put your players in position. If you are not a good communicator, a good teacher, then you're putting these boys in the worst position possible on the field. It's football at the end of the day. They got to play. Players got to play. Coaches got to coach.
Hmm. Hmm.
I wouldn't be mad at bolstering that corner and safety position as well. Hell, we need help on all levels. Let's be honest. Let's be frank. It's
We
holes
could
on
use
all
help
levels.
on all levels. I don't know, bro. If we can just create some turnovers, like they did one of our most successful years a couple years ago when Trayvon Diggs had his all them damn picks. You know, we was a really good team, bro.
It was the pressure. The quarterbacks couldn't hold on to the ball because we were
He was
able to
able to
get
jump
up.
them routes.
We would win the toss and elect to receive the ball, go down and get seven. then you put the opposing team in a position where they already playing catch up. And if you are dictating the flow of the game by getting the lead early, you're able to send that rush, send that blitz, and then those corners can sit on the routes. That's how Trayvon Diggs was getting picks. That's how DeRon Bland was breaking NFL records in pick six, because they was able to sit on the routes. They know they couldn't hold the ball forever. But this season, it seemed like they were back there patting the ball. They had all day to make these passes, which is why we were at the bottom half, not the bottom half, the bottom, like you said, as far as passing defense, rushing defense increased after the trades, but our overall defense and our passing defense was like 30th in the league, 31st, 32nd. That's unacceptable. That's why we were at home. That's why we at home now and not in the playoffs because of that. So let's see
I
what
agree.
shakes out, man. Shout out to Christian Parker. Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the
Uh,
team, bro.
welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's make some things happen. We will be giving you episodes on the draft and just document this whole offseason and seeing how things turn out. 2026 Cowboys, man. Let's not make it like this last season. 2025 is in the books. Let's write these new chapters of success. Home team hype. We appreciate the support. You
Man,
guys tuning in and supporting us. We out.
we out. Peace.